welcome again. It's Therese here from Lighting the Way. So it's www.lightingtheways.com, and I'm here today to offer an angel card reading for the month of February. And of course it's St. Bridget's Day here in Ireland, and it's an old tradition for us to celebrate. She's our second patron saint of Ireland. Of course we all know St. Patrick as the patron saint, and St. Bridget is our second patron saint. So it's actually the first day of spring as we recognise it here in Ireland, and we have some snow outside, but we also have some daffodils blooming, so it really feels bright because there's just brightness on the hills and on the grass, and we have beautiful daffodils and snowdrops appearing for us to let us know that spring has arrived, which is really nice. So I know in different parts of the world you have different climates at this time, but this reading is being done here in County Wicklow in Ireland. So it's my privilege really to offer this reading online, and once a month just tune in with the angels and to ask for some guidance for the month ahead for all of us. So we may have a healthy and prosperous month, so that we just take the signs from the angels. So I'm asking now for some cards for the month ahead. Okay, so to see what archangel is here with us presently to work with us for the month of February. So it's Archangel Raphael. Should I be surprised? Asking us to breathe. So Archangel Raphael, take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and to release old patterns. So for me, I realize Archangel Raphael is very much around at the moment. I did meditation a few nights ago live on Facebook, and Archangel Raphael was also the angel that first stepped forward to offer us healing. So it's a really good month for us to work with the energy of this beautiful healing angel, he who heals. That's what Raphael stands for, and to take on his beautiful emerald green light and to send it and direct it to all the areas of our body that need healing. So it could be our physical body, it might be some old emotional hurts that we're still suffering with, it may be some thought patterns, or it could be just that we have moved off our spiritual path and we're feeling pretty miserable because of that. So Archangel Raphael is a beautiful angel to work with. His energy is really soft and soothing and nurturing. It's a really gorgeous energy to work with. So Raphael is asking us to really heal during the month of February. So it's still a month where we're starting to see the new beginnings and everything is sprouting new. So it's really just about letting go of the old patterns and all the old struggles and working to actually breathe in the newness, breathe in the new beginnings. And where I'm sitting here, just beyond the camera, I'm looking at massive green fields laden with snow. So where the sun is shining, they're green. So for me, that's like the purity, and these are all the symbols I'm being shown while I'm doing the reading. So bringing in that pure white light and bringing the green of the forest, the green of the fields into our heart to really allow the healing to go through our whole body and nourish our whole body. So I really feel that it's a time to use the breath to bring it down into the lungs and the heart center, to slow down and to appreciate. When we breathe in a breath of appreciation, and as we breathe out, we just consciously allow ourselves to let go of everything that's not serving us well. So Raphael is basically our angel that's here for us for the whole month of February, helping our hearts to heal and helping our body, our mind and our soul to come alive. And now I'm just going to ask for some messages to see what we may expect to come up for us in the month of February. Just using this deck that I have really put a lot of energy and time into, and see what's going to come through. So I'm going to have 4 cards. So we're going to look at the 4 cards. And these are, in no fixed order. It's just 4 messages. Okay, so, and obviously they will all tie in at the end. Just allow ourselves to receive the messages. So we have 1 more now. So I'm looking for the energy of the 4th card. Okay, I have it. Okay, so we'll just leave these here for a minute. So the first one is ideas and inspirations. The next one is power. The third one is dreams. And then our fourth card is friendship. Okay, so 3 out of the 4, and also the Raphael card, to me is just jumping out that there's so much green. And green is really about working with the energy of the heart. So it's, you know, it's working with the earth energy, but it's working with like the forest green, and it really is working with plants and shrubs and anything that's green. So we're nourishing our heart center. So it's very, very important that we start to notice any ideas that are coming through. So as we heal, we start to notice some inspired thoughts, some ideas. We may think they're random thoughts, but actually they're inspired thoughts. So the more we connect and the more we really ask the angels for help, the more they give to us. So those ideas and those inspirations can come while you're asleep, in dream state. They may come through another person. So it may be a healer that you go to, it may be a therapist, it may be a co-worker, it may be a family member, it may be a child. But the ideas and inspiration. So what I'm asking you to do is to tune in and have the antennae ready so that you're actually picking up the messages. So tune into the right station. So the angelic vibration is one of the, I suppose for me, it's the one that I would always work with to help me to heal and to help me to have a life that's full of joy and abundance. And honestly, even before I came on here today, I was talking with my partner and I was just saying, you know, we have so much to be grateful for. And we're looking back at, I suppose, briefly the road that it took to get here. And sometimes while we're on parts of that road that are difficult, it's hard to keep, you know, the momentum going. But what I'm encouraging you to do, once I started really connecting and working with the angels and believing and staying as positive as possible in every situation and receiving the help, asking for it, and, you know, giving love and being as kind and as compassionate as I possibly can, life just took on a whole different meaning and took on a whole different vibration. And we were just talking about that, you know, that rather than just, you know, thinking about the past, accepting everything as it is here in the present and appreciating all the hurdles that we have to jump to get to a certain destination. Like, you don't have to jump some of the biggest hurdles if you stay open and receive the messages as they come in. So ideas and inspiration. So what the angels are encouraging you to do is that when an idea comes in, you may think it's your own, you may think it's very random, and what they're showing me now is write down, you know, start journaling, start jotting things down. It doesn't have to be a formal journal, but just start jotting things down. And it will start to make sense to you, and it'll make perfect sense by the end of February. So it's the month to take back your power, okay? So this is really the depth of the forest green again. So it really is about the heart. And very often if we're feeling a bit forlorn or a bit insecure, or we feel like we're not managing things very well, whether it's relationships, thoughts, finances, our levels of joy, whatever it be, we hand our power over to that by overthinking things and maybe having the same thoughts going round and round. So we can also hand our power over to people. You know, very often in the family place, we hand over our power to somebody that we think, you know, knows better than us, but honestly, nobody knows better what's there for you than you. So it's about reclaiming that power and doing it with, you know, love and grace and being able to be gentle about it, but own your own power. You know, we can hand it over to all substances, all repeated habits, you know, so it's time to actually reclaim it. So again, this is when Archangel Raphael is there to help us. And sometimes if we've gone into a repeated habit, a repeated state, a way of being, we really have to challenge ourselves to step up and step out of the old routine. And once you take back your power, it's from a place within, so it's not a power over. There's no aggression whatsoever in it. There's just a feeling of completeness, because it's you connecting with the, I suppose, the divinity within you and really using your power and owning it, but not to overpower anybody, but just to be the best you can be and to have all of the joy that's there for you. So again, that ties in beautifully with the ideas and inspirations. It's time for change. February is really a month for change, and it's a healing month. It really is a month to spring those new beginnings. So dreams, when I see the dreams card, I always have to ask the angels deeply, what is this about? Okay, so I see a beautiful soft pink. So there's a huge softening coming in. So what are we dreaming about, So our aspirations, our dreams, our goals for the future. Yes, they're saying there are actually two aspects they want me to talk about here. So our dreams are our goals, okay? So the dreams, like, what feels too good to be true to have in your life? Just ask yourself that question. What feels too good to be true? So, and maybe, you can mentally write it down, or you can physically write it down. Physically, I like writing it down because it's getting it out of the head and onto the paper, and then it's third person perspective when you're reading it back, and it's much easier to see patterns or to make decisions when it's third person, because you don't personalize it that way. But this is also about the ideas and the inspirations coming to you in dream state. So when your mind basically gets out of the way and you go into that nice alpha and then into the deeper sleep state, and the conscious mind starts to get out of the way, we can receive all the thoughts, and when we wake in the morning they can be, I suppose, placed in our conscious mind so that we can remember them and we can actually take the actions. So, the subconscious is running around there in the background, and it's very easy for us to tune in and get the information while we're asleep. And, we often wake up and we have these beautiful dreams and we say, oh, I remember all of that. And by the time we're showered or washed or had our breakfast, it's like, oh, what was that about again? And that happens for all of us. So, and I know now I'm beginning to be a little pain about writing things down, but that journal, notebook, whatever it is that you're going to have for the month of February and maybe going forward, it might be nice to have it close to your bedroom or in a locker or whatever beside your bed, and just even a few words, because if you can capture just the essence of what the dream was all about, that's enough to trigger your memory to remembering more and more and more of the dream. And you may wake up and know quite a lot. I was even talking to my sister this week and she said, oh, I had the most profound dream. And I said, what was that about? She said, it's gone. She said, when I woke up it was so clear, it was definite. But by the time I went to get, to make sense of it and to think about it, it was gone. She said, I can't even remember that much of it. But that's because she was still in her alpha state, so she was in between awake and sleep when she woke up. And it was impressed on her mind, but then she woke up fully, didn't capture it and lost it. And it's happened to me many, many times. So that's why I like to have my dream journal. A few words, and it'll come streaming back to you. And the fourth card for the month of February, again, is predominantly green. We're talking about opening our hearts and working from the heart and receiving into the heart. And it's about friendship. Okay, so it's about nurturing our friendships and letting go of any friendships that are not serving you well. Because very often we have friendships that are old and basically past their sell-by date. People come into our lives for a reason, a season, or a lifetime. And sometimes these friendships are unhealthy, so we can ask Archangel Raphael, if they're meant to stay, that they become much healthier. And what I'm really getting is that the more we grow ourselves, the new friends come into our lives. And it's not that we have to let go of all our old friends, but sometimes when we move ourselves to a higher vibration of being, we just don't tune in at the same wavelength. So it's like having, a dial on the radio, and one person is listening to one station and one is listening to another. And they're saying that February is a time for new beginnings. So, you either make the relationships, the friendships that you're in healthy, or, just allow yourself to just move on and have those higher friendships. But also through some new friendships, it's getting, really clear that through some new friendships we allow ourselves to grow and develop ourselves more. So, you know, if your friendships are unhealthy and, you know, they're not conducive to you growing yourself spiritually and emotionally and mentally, well, maybe it's time to actually join some club or some class or whatever it is. I don't know what's there for you. I can work for myself, so I can develop myself, and I know what this means for me. So all I'm saying to you is just look out for the new people that are entering your life and just notice how they resonate with you, because you're on the same wavelength, on the same waveband, really. That's kind of predominantly the reading, but of course I can never leave a reading without asking Archangel Michael for a message for us. So I'm asking in particular now for a message for the month of February. And I know, you know, there can be controversy over when spring begins, but in Ireland we say spring begins on the 1st of February. These are the Mother Mary cards, and then I'm going to shuffle the Archangel Michael cards. So Mother Mary just popped in here. I was picking up the Archangel Michael cards and didn't realise I put my hand on the Mother Mary cards. So Blessed Virgin, Our Lady, Mother Mary, whatever we want to call her, it's the same beautiful presence, the same loving energy, and we'll see what message she has for us. I have a huge affinity to Mother Mary myself. Okay, so we have two cards, okay, so the two of them have decided they want to come together. So the first one is honesty. And it says, I am in touch with my true feelings regarding this situation. So Mother Mary, you know, is the mother, and the mother always likes to, I suppose, guide her children. And the only way to guide you is to guide you to the truth. Okay, so the truth of who you are, the truth of every situation. And once we start being really truthful within ourselves, it's very easy for us to be truthful with others and to understand if somebody isn't, I suppose, being authentically truthful with us. So she's asking us to be in touch with our feelings regarding the situation and to be totally honest about it. So whatever it is that's going on in your life, Mother Mary is there to help you, to guide you, and to just ask you to get really in touch with your feelings, because your feelings will tell you the real truth. So that's where the honesty is coming in. And the second card is Inner Child. I nurtured a child within me through playfulness and self-care. Okay, so I love that. You know, for me, I suppose I love to have fun. I love the joy. That's why I'm a laughter yoga leader as well, because fun to me, you can develop yourself and grow. And you know, if you're laughing, you can't actually be moaning and feeling unhappy, because it just releases so many chemicals within the body. And if you just watch children, how they play and how they giggle and how they laugh and how they have fun, you know, regardless of what's going on. So I nurtured a child within me through playfulness and self-care. So self-care can be having fun, and it can be doing something that's really playful, and it also can be giving yourself the time that, you know, you give to others, really looking after yourself, nurturing yourself, taking care of yourself. Whether, you know, you want to go for a massage, or you want to go for a healing, whether you want to go and get your hair done, or whatever it is that self-care is for you. Maybe getting out of bed 20 minutes earlier in the morning and having a nourishing breakfast, having a nice warm bath, going to bed that little bit earlier, taking up some meditation, walking outdoors. There's a whole lot of things we can do for self-care. That is a complete workshop in itself. But that's what Mother Mary is asking us, to be really honest about the situation and really to check in with our feelings, and that'll tell us how we truly feel about it. Okay, so whatever it is that's going on. And of course, Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael, from me, myself, their energy is just pouring around me this last week. It's pure healing, loving energy, and there's also a shift of letting go of really letting go of the sediment, the last few bits. And for all of us, you know, we're constantly letting go, because, you know, we have lineage and we have history and we have thoughts and feelings, but just to be able to cut away all our attachments to all of that and to really start reaping the rewards of living in the present moment and living with the love of the angels. Okay, so Archangel Michael's message for us. Oh my goodness. and of course to finish the reading, he's playing with me. Write about your thoughts and feelings. So just as you know, the messages have been coming through the whole time, he's affirming for us by closing the reading, telling us, write about your thoughts and feelings. And then the little prayer says, thank you for helping me tap into my God-given creativity and wisdom so I clearly express myself and glean insight, blessings and healing. So that's your reading for the month of February 2019, and I will offer another reading with the love of the angels coming through me for the month of March. So I'd like to say thank you and namaste.